and he has to do right. You make sure the contract says, like Mike T says, if you have a bad day, we could send you out of here with no money, with no guarantees, with no drawbacks. You have to prove to us each and every day that you can be the citizen you need to be, because what we don't have to be what doesn't have to be proven to us is that he can flat out play football. For 1 week, he was Tom Brady's best friend. And he would be the same thing for Aaron Rodgers and the Cheeseheads. They need to go get him.
I say the same thing. If Antonio Brown had been on the Patriots all of last year, I think that they probably would have won the Super Bowl. It was that much of a difference. So Tannenbaum is in, Greenberg is in, RC is in. So, Nick, I assume this is unanimous?
Nah, I'm out, man. I think that on paper it all makes sense.
Guy.
And I understand that you guys put him to a one-day contract and you can move on at any point. But I don't know AB. But I feel like I've been burned by him far too many times, because I remember when people were talking about how AB was such a problem. And I remember being the players first guy that I am, coming on here, supporting him, defending him, and finding any excuse to say that maybe it's the things around him. But things have gone wrong so many times with him. It's not a situation I would like to get myself involved with. That is an awful situation, and it seemed to be somewhat unpredictable. And it reminds me a little bit of Cam Newton, but different, because we all understand that Cam Newton's in a different mindset, and we think logically Cam Newton's going to play differently and be able to withstand different things because we assume that Cam Newton is logical. Somebody point out something that AB has done in recent years that suggests that he's going to behave logically. Like, you guys are assuming that because he has no outs and this is his only opportunity that somehow he's going to come in there and fall in line. I'm not so sure that that's the case. I've been burned too many times, so I'm done with that. I'm off that situation.
Dom, we're not asking him, we're not saying you tie yourself to him to make sure he has to fall in line or you're tied to him. We're saying you put yourself in a position where every day he has to come in and do the right things or you're done with him. And no, listen, dude's not logical and rational. Like I was the first person to say it, and guys like you were like, oh,
I didn't believe it.
You're stupid. You're not a player's guy. You know what I'm saying? But right now, when you're looking at this situation, 2020 is the year that don't nobody know what's going on. And I know I didn't say that right, so people stay off me on Twitter. But we don't know what's going to happen from day to day. We don't know who's going to be different. We don't know what's going to happen and who has to play. So if you have a chance to get a guy like Antonio Brown in this year, in this season, and not the season of the football season, in this season of life, things are unpredictable. Maybe he comes back as a great person. Maybe he's just an okay person. But what we do know is he's going to be a phenomenal wide receiver. And if I'm saying go get him, you need to go get him.
Right. You were right last time when I was like, give him the benefit of the doubt. You were right. I should have listened to you. You should listen to you. Because what you just said was that this year is so unpredictable. We have no idea what's going to happen. You know how we solve that? Put another unpredictable.
Go get Antonio Brown.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen. This year could be crazy. You know what I want to do? Let me take a grenade, pull a pin, and throw it in here. Maybe that makes things better.
Well,
I'm good.
Absolutely. And the minefield. Yep.
It does actually raise an interesting question. And Mike Tannenbaum, I ask it to you. What is the downside? Like, let's say he comes in week 9, and to the point that Nick is making, let's say 2 really good weeks, he's playing great, we're feeling great about it, and then things start to go sideways, and you wind up having to get rid of him. Is there genuine damage that is done to your locker room, your team, or anything else by that happening?
Not at all. And here's why. Your locker room is saying, get us better. Devin Funchess opted out. We didn't get better at wide receiver. We lost Geronimo Allison. So there is no downside. And there's a great expression. Fear does the work of reason. Antonio Brown knows that he's almost out of chances. He's going to come in on his best behavior. He knows he's playing with an all-time great in Aaron Rodgers. He will maximize his opportunities. He has no alternatives. So there's no downside and only upside for Greenberg.
Go ahead, Nick. Final thought. What's the downside?
Again, you're saying that you're assuming that Antonio Brown is going to behave rationally. And the downside is we saw what happened in New England. There was a rift in that locker room because some people wanted him to stay and some people decided that he should go. That thing could repeat itself again. I'm not sure that Antonio Brown is going to do whatever he does when he gets there is just going to be so obvious that everyone's going to be out on him. Some people will still be in on him. That creates a problem. If some people are in on him and you decide to get rid of him, that is a problem.
Go ahead, Ryan. I have to stay here, Ali. I'm sorry, but go ahead, Ryan.
You got problems already, Dom.
Okay,
Matt
so
LaFleur,
let's fix it by throwing in a new problem.
No, let's fix it by giving somebody a gift that may work. If it doesn't work, right? If Antonio Brown doesn't work out and you have to get rid of him, then you're back to where you are with one good wide receiver, a quarterback whose replacement you've already drafted, who's not happy about being there anyway, with a coach that seems at least uncomfortable with everything anyway. So if we could get on the field and actually ball out and have two guys that we could just throw footballs up to and they come down and make plays, then we're better. If we got to get rid of them, it's the same tore-up locker room. It's the same rifts we've already have. It's the same uncertainty you already have. So you don't lose. You were 13-3 last year and you went to San Francisco and you got smashed. You got to do something else and you chose not to do it in the draft. So go do it this way. And if it don't work, you was finna get rid of Aaron Rodgers anyway. So it doesn't matter. Go try to win this thing.
I'd be with you if if they could get no worse. Like, if you could get no worse, things can get worse. The rift can get larger. And I still don't understand how you guys think that the solution is throwing a grenade into a minefield. That, to me, is scary. You talk about how unique this year is and how you need guys that are reliable. You know what could be a problem? A guy who may not be adhering to the social distancing outside the locker room.
No,
not saying
no,
that AB
man.
wouldn't be that.
No.
He could bring, not only could he bring a rift in the locker room, he could bring Rona in the locker room. I don't trust AB. You told me not to, and I tried to, and now I learned that I should always listen to Ryan Clark, and Ryan Clark should listen to Ryan Clark.
Ryan, give you the final thought here.
Sometimes you gotta let Dennis Rodman go to Las Vegas with Carmen Electra. Because when he come back, he's gonna get all the rebounds.
You're right.
He's gonna play great defense, and you're gonna win a championship. All right? Go
you
get
win on
Dennis
that.
Rodman.
You win on that. Do you watch anything but Last Dance? Like, you just, every time you're not on TV, you're watching Last Dance.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.